because I got something to say to someone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start this here. 6 seconds in, Mystery Angels, with my cat Matthias. The cat that I am legally allowed to have. I am legally allowed to have animals. While I was on probation, I was not allowed to own or possess animals. Correct. While I was on probation. I was let off of probation a year early due to everyone there kind of knowing me and knowing the situation. They felt bad about everything, so I got let off early. After that, I then ran a very successful sugar glider rescue. And I also rescued a dog that my boys own. And when I started YouTube, actually, even last summer, YouTubers called the police trying to have my animals removed. Didn't work. They didn't even come out to my house. So here's my cat Matthias. Hello, hello, hello. Mystery Angels, 1 minute and 6 seconds is the timestamp. Go ahead and send it to YouTube.
Yeah, like YouTube cares.
Here's the deal. There was like 100 people that called my local police trying to get my animals taken from me. They didn't even come out to my house because they know I'm allowed animals and people don't read the reports correctly. Correct. While I was on probation, I was not allowed to have animals. However, I haven't been on probation in a damn decade or something. So, that's done and over with. I'm allowed animals. And the other thing too, oh man. Okay, I'm not gonna call her names. I'm gonna be better than
Yeah,
that.
rise above, baby.
Everyone calling and wasting police time with bullshit like that, trying to have my animals removed. They didn't even come to my house. In fact, thank you for doing that because it made them actually concerned for me. Because they were like, wow, you're getting calls like it's from different states and all these people calling. Are you okay? So they were actually more concerned with me and the harassment that I was receiving with all of those calls. So fantastic job, everyone. Thank you.
I heard your situation with that, and with the PETA and all that stuff around right now, they were pretty much probably forced to have to charge somebody. Is
Yeah,
what?
it's the state. And
Yeah.
no animals. If they actually read the report, it literally says police could not even find me. They didn't even know where I was. I actually didn't even know that there was warrants out for my arrest. For this all actually took place in 2010, but I got charged in 2012. I had children, so I was a stay-at-home mom, not getting into trouble. I actually got arrested renewing driver's license because I had no clue that like I knew that the animals were taken and everything, and I had to move because the trailer was condemned and everything. But there was nothing. I didn't know that there was any warrants until I went to renew my driver's license. So I didn't even pay for that crime until 2 years after everything even happened. So I mean, people, if they want to just take what people are saying and run with it, fine. But if they read the report, it says I was not there. So
Did Benny
I
happen to tell you guys what happened to me last night?
no, what was that?
I will let him tell you behind because I don't want to put it out there
Oh,
on the
behind the
area.
scenes, okay.
Yeah, because this was out of my control, and let's just say it was just a legal stop, and I don't know where that would even come from. Like I was doing nothing wrong, and I'm kind of just trying to tie some stuff together. I'm kind of suspicious about it. So I'll let him explain it to you, though.
You said behind the scenes though, right?
Yeah, behind the
Okay.
scenes.
Harassment like they are doing to Dawn? Exactly. I mean, I don't know what they're saying. Okay, and I do want to clear something up because they said, well, I said something that came out differently than what's in my head. When I say like if it turns out they're guilty of something and I'm still going to support them, that's not what I don't mean that. I just mean that I would still be a human that talks to them. Like it's my thoughts and feelings getting to know them that they was born into hell, and I understand that. Doesn't mean I'm supportive of whatever they're doing or whatever, but I don't think just like taking off and leaving their corner is the answer either, if that makes sense.
It seems to
That's
me
what I
that they've
mean.
had too many people turn their backs on them in the middle of a storm. So, yeah, that would definitely not be the right thing to do.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not saying, yeah, I don't even know. I mean, people are gonna just take everything that I say and twist it, I guess, at this point, and it's fine. I mean, you wanted to hurt me. You did a great job today, so thanks, everyone. All
They're
I
going
have
to
to say is
speak
you're
off
very,
of
very
you.
lucky. Yeah, I am not suicidal anymore because
Please don't even finish that sentence.
no, I'm just saying they are. If this was someone else and they had suicidal feelings and you guys, people like all y'all nasty people, and you know who you are, Mystery Angels and a lot of other ones, AB, people
Flying
like
monkeys.
you would push people to suicide on this platform.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you're proud of yourself. And I also want to say to all of the people who support and everything, this platform, me, Mr. Share, everybody, do not go in these people's chats and feel like you need to defend me. I know other creators will cheer that on. Don't do that for me. If they are happy with themselves using everything of what I'm doing and using that and twisting it on their and hating and spreading hate and endorsing doxing and hate and cyber attacks and bullying, if that makes them happy and they can be proud of that being their content, let them do it. Because to be honest, sometimes I watch a shit and it gets to me like today, but there's other times and there's other creators where I forget they even exist. So it's going to be out of sight, out of mind for me. Don't send me no more shit. I know you guys are trying to help.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. And I know you want me to know timestamps, but you can't, like, for my own mental health right now, I can't see it no more. I've never in my life been attacked like this, because I promise you, even people in like real life that maybe have an issue with me, when they spend 5 minutes with me in person, they walk away my friend. I've never been like attacked like this in my life.
Just go on the approach like we did. Don't even war with them, bat them. Don't even give them shout out their name of what they're doing. Just block them. Throw them
Oh,
out.
I know that's what they want. They're expecting me to hop on here and do a live and blah, 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 all about them. And I won't. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing, because the fact that I am so under attack right now, I feel like that means I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing something right.
That is exactly right. The devil's going to come at you when you know you're doing something that you're supposed to. When the enemy comes at you 110%, you become a threat.
That's what it is. You're a threat.
Yep.
I want to ask, can I ask Mr. Share a question?
No.
Really quick, man. I know that you seem to be this statuesque kind of individual. What's been the hardest part about this for you, Mr. Share?
Controlling my reaction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the Prairie Boy from 10 years ago,
he's not the same guy.
I'd be in prison.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. I would be in prison.
Especially when the attacks are coming at your loved one. It's not like if it was my wife, I'm going to be even more pissed off, because I can handle it. Yell at me all you want, but come after my wife, oh.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Well, the stuff they said about me hurt, but
yeah,
Share upset, it hurts even more.
Yeah. Not cool.
No. And there's not a damn thing YouTube will do about it. I don't know why the hell they allow this crap to go on.
Because they're getting the money, really. Everyone's going back and forth like a soap opera. You know, it's reality TV. Basically, that's what some people think or how they feel. Like what people have said to us, we are like reality stars that they can get to. Like, we reply back, and that's how people feel about us on YouTube. And YouTube's making bank because everyone wants to go back and forth and say, oh, what's she gonna?
Yeah, I've noticed that just since this case, when people report my videos, what it tells you in the instructions is to do a manual review. And of course you do that when you make your video private. It's taken 2-3 days for them to come back and say, yeah, you can monetize this video. So I don't even monetize them anymore. Forget about it, you know?
Yeah, can't say I blame you. We are always fighting with that.
Yeah, it's just it's an everyday thing, you know? Then, of course, once they give you the monetization back, it's days later and all, you know, you've already missed the bulk of the view, you know, the awareness.
Right.
Yeah, so this stopped being about money a long time ago for most of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if we were hopping on the other wagon, yeah, we'd be making bank, y'all.
Yeah,
but...
if we were just in it for the money, we'd be all trashing Dawn.
We'd be rich too.
Yep.
Andrea,
Yeah, some people are sure raking it in.
Andrea,
And good for him, you know.
we got the
Whatever.
spice rack today. Thank you. We didn't open it yet, or did you?
I took it out of the Amazon box, but
He unboxed it without me, but thank you.
That was you, Andrea, that sent that?
Yes, it was her.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, Ben and Cam, what you asked Mr. Scher, what's your answer for yourselves for that? For this case specifically?
Go ahead, Benny.
You know, the hardest part for me is watching good old Americans go through something that they go through in third world countries. Not only that, but being a super involved dad. I can't speak to Don's parenting, but what I can tell you is I can speak on what I've seen. And what I've seen is it appears that he loves his daughter immensely. And so as a father to two daughters, I can't imagine. That's been the hardest thing for me is watching Don not be able to grieve this thing like he should be able to because of all the eyes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can't even go to the prayer circle because he's watching for cameras and.
Yeah, that's terrible.
You know,
what kind of lowlife would go to that prayer vigil and try and videotape the parents? Like, holy, you gotta screw loose.
That's exactly why. I mean, I was going to go down there today if it wasn't raining, but I wasn't going to go to that because I put myself in their shoes. It's a time that they're trying to pray for their daughter. And, you know, I would gladly go pray with them. If that was why I was going down there, I'd go pray with them. But I'm not going to go down there and bug him and harass both of them when they're sitting there trying to pray and really crying out to God, please help us. Please, you know, that's not a time for that. Mainstream media, they're going to do what they want. But as for me, I mean, speaking for myself, no, I won't do that. But, you know, what your question was before, I'll answer that. Is what aggravates me worse is the ones that are saying, how's this about summer? How's this about, you know, if you would take the efforts that you're putting in to attack people and troll people and research yourself and make it about summer yourself, then we could maybe make a difference. Maybe if we took the hate out of everything. That's what my biggest issue is with it. You would find out so much more if you just worry about yourself. You know what I mean?
And to piggyback on that, you know, you find out so much more. If, you know, for instance, if the TIR would have just kept with what we saw initially, we all know that you're always going to attract more bees with sugar. So, you know, I don't know why it isn't people's first inkling to at least come on like they're James Bond. We're going to 00 agent this guy. He's not going to know we really don't like him or whatever the case is. Like, you ease up to these people and you just be good human beings. And then meanwhile, you privately keep what you got going in your own head. You keep that to yourself, right? That's the way you do these things.
Yeah.
When I saw, you know, with the interview room, I was on board with that for the first part. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, he's doing a good thing. He was trying to give candidates a voice. When he flipped and went completely the other direction, and I saw what true colors were really coming out, I mean, I was like, wow. I was like, man, you had something there. You could have helped. There could have been some real help come from that. Instead of going, you know, we saw what happened before he even come down here, all the plans he was working on.
Yeah. Well, if that was like, he should have just like bided his time and stopped trying to be so devious and kept talking to him.
Absolutely.
Then he'd have more than one phone call to go over repeatedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't be tearing down the syllables now.
Oh my God, yeah. How many times did he take a breath and oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Dalen. You're so
Dalen,
sweet.
we love you. Oh, and by the way, they have Summer's dog still. He's not a puppy anymore because he's a little bit more grown, but yep, he's there. They love him.
Cool.
So,
Is that Yucky?
yeah, yep, Yucky.
And someone had asked if we could show receipts
I'm
for
so
the
sick of
donations
that.
raised. I am going to be doing a video about that. I'll show it all on the YouTube so you know
They
everything,
know.
and I'll even show the check. I'll show it, put it in the mail, and then once it clears my account, I'll show that amount came out of my account. No
That's crazy.
worries. It's stupid that we have to do that, by the way, but we will.
Yeah, that's insane. Because nobody's asking anybody else to show the train of donation.
Yeah.
Oh, I got people demanding me to send everything I make on YouTube to animal shelters if I don't abuse animals anymore, and to prove it. Every single penny. Oh, and they also say, since I'm such a supporter and such good friends with Don and Candace, that I should give every penny earned off of YouTube to them and help them get an attorney. So they're demanding what I use my YouTube money for, and they're claiming that I make bank, which is unbelievable. I've had my platform for 2 years. I've maybe made $3,000 altogether, but everyone that has a YouTube channel that's monetized knows YouTube keeps 45%.
That's it.
You don't have to
Fuck
explain
you.
yourself.
I don't demand to see the donation trail from anybody else. I just like to see what kind of money they're making. I bet you they won't even show that.
Oh, I mean, it's pretty obvious. They can go on Social Blade. The money I'm making wouldn't pay 10 minutes of an attorney time. But it's okay because I know many attorneys that are awesome who have offered pro bono services and know that they can make a name for themselves. So,
And I know that for a fact. So that's
If
facts.
we wanted to make money on YouTube, you do reaction videos if you were going to make money on YouTube.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a true crime. I promise you that.
Oh, and I'll repeat that Don says I earn every penny and then some. He wants me. He's like, good job. Like, go for it. So
yeah, if you can make money fighting the good fight, that's the place to make the money.
And that's actually exactly what he said. He goes, I'm proud of you. I said, and I showed him my subs in the last 2 weeks, and I was like, and I thanked him. I'm like, thank you, for trusting us, and thank you because it has been helpful, yes. And he was like, no, thank you. Like, doesn't it feel good you're getting this the right way though? And I'm like, yeah. So
just for anybody that's not aware, I don't have a problem showing. Look at here. This is, and my channel is smaller than these guys, but it doesn't pull in any money. Look at that. You got to expose your family. You got to worry about CPS and welfare checks for $405. Come on now.
yeah.
It's never been about the money.
No. People think if you are monetized on YouTube, you're making a living on it, and no.
Like you're Jake Paul.
Right.
Not unless you have like 100,000 subscribers. Other than that, you cannot live on the
AK, you
income you
can
get
come
from
on up
YouTube.
here if you want. Or if there's anyone that wants to come up here and be respectful, they're welcome. Share, please check messenger. You mod is being nasty towards me. Wait, which mod? You guys, that's my friend.
Hey.
I don't care if you have beef with her, but here we don't. Megan! Meg, my weirdo! Please, stop.
Oh, jeez. AK, hey, brother.
Me and Allison wanted to say thank you to everybody.
Weirdo, please not
out
tonight.
there. Just want to tell
Please,
everybody out there,
seriously.
thank you for coming over and supporting us.
Mandy's a good friend
Oh, yeah.
to me. Please don't do that here tonight. I can't deal with it.
I don't even
I
understand
love
how
you
those
too.
two would have beef.
No, I know, and I can't deal with it. Please, weirdo, please.
Shouts out to Mandy.
I'm releasing a shit ton of stuff on my channel. What's up, B?
Glad to see you here, brother.
Yes, just breathe, Shannon. I will. Now there's people like, can't we just talk about summer? This is supposed to be about summer. So the link is pinned. If you would like to come up and talk about what you know about summer, please, by all means, do.
I want to weigh in on something y'all were talking about last night about summer. You know, when I watch those videos of her at the church running around trying to be helpful and being with Miss Robin and stuff, I don't see, in my honest opinion, because, you know, I have children, pretty much the same age. I'm not going to put out all my business, but, you know, she was a very happy child. She didn't look abused. She didn't look like everything that everybody's saying. She looked happy. You know, if I saw an afraid, abused child, she's going to be sheltered, sitting by herself and not talking, not running up and helping people. So, I mean, if anybody's been around any children long enough, I mean, you would see that right off the bat if you've looked into it. She's happy.
She's definitely an extrovert, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I saw too. I saw a really happy kid. Actually, all their children, they all looked happy, all looked healthy. Yep.
And I
don't
saw,
know, like what's worse if you have kids with a stay-at-home mom and they don't have, you know, they barely have 2 pennies to rub together, whatever. Don't have the nicest place, but the mom's there and they're happy and healthy. Or you have a beautiful house, everything's perfect, but the kids are with a nanny all day.
Right.
Yeah.
Because both parents are working. Which is worse?
I think that's called abandonment when you have somebody else raising your children. You know, if you're more involved. I mean, that relates to me. I don't want to get into that part.
I don't know. When I grew up, we were poor, and Dad worked, Mom stayed home, but we were happy. We had food on the table, hand-me-down clothes or Salvation Army clothes or whatever, but you know, we still had clothes, roof over our head, and we were always together. And I wouldn't trade that for anything.
And I can relate to that too, because I guarantee you, I grew up in the same way, and I know that you probably remember. You know, my mom and dad didn't have enough money to take us on trips all the time and stuff. But I can think back and I can remember the little things, the things that my parents taught me, and when they spent time with me, and how they raised values and things like that. That's the problem with the world today, with people not having manners. Can't even say, you know, that's why it's like this, because people don't have any care or love for their fellow neighbor anymore.
Exactly.
I wanted to just maybe cover this real quick for anyone that wasn't aware of what a cognitive bias was. I'll read it out for you. I know everyone can read themselves, but a cognitive bias is a systematic error in thinking that occurs when people are processing and interpreting information in the world around them and affects the decisions and judgments that they make. Cognitive biases are often a result of your brain's attempt to simplify information processing. Now, you can also look over here and find a different description from Wikipedia. It says that a cognitive bias is a symptomatic pattern of deviation from norm or rationality in judgment. Individuals create their own subjective reality from their perception of the input. An individual's construction of reality, not the objective input, may dictate their behavior in the world.
Yeah.
There are 6 cognitive biases: belief, decision-making, and behavioral. Second, social. third memory, so on and so forth. So what that means is that a majority of the time when we are confronted with information that we're trying to process, in this account, it is Summer Wells information. A lot of us are going to already have some of these here beliefs. We've been exposed to something that's one of the peripheral issues of this situation. So we are all cognitively biased in one way or another, whether we've been victims of certain things in our past or whatever. So there is a really huge issue with cognitive bias and errors in judgment popping up all over, not in just this case, but in true crime in a whole, as a whole.
And there's I can't remember what the name of it. There's a theory, but I can't remember what it is. But they show it on a chart, and it's the amount of knowledge you have versus how much you think you know about the subject as a whole.
Correct.
And when you have very little knowledge, you think you know everything, and then it goes down.
Right, and when
the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know.
Exactly, Mr. Mark. That's it in a nutshell. The less you know, the more you think you know, and the more you actually know, the less you understand about it.
Yeah. The more you learn, the more you realize I don't know anything about this.
That's it, and I think that Aussie, my friend Aussie, she's a criminalist from the UK. She brought up compassion fatigue. And compassion fatigue seems to be sort of a case-wide situation now. You have a lot of people that have a compassion fatigue. And it's not just in this case, it's the culture in America right now in general. We see doctors and healthcare professionals walking away from hospitals that direly need their help because they just can't do anymore. They've seen enough, they've seen too much. And then you have that compassion fatigue. Compassion fatigue if you don't step away from active investigations, especially as law enforcement or a first responder. The result in the cause and effect in that is you miss leads. You're not objectively canceling out leads or you know what I mean. So there's a whole a list of afflictions that come along with the compassion fatigue. It's a real thing, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Can I weigh in on something too? The problem with society right now is too many people don't have the ability to say they're wrong once they're proven wrong. That's it's like somebody that comes into a job and say you're training them and they keep saying I know, and you're like, okay, well if you know they talk themselves up and you let them go. And then we turn around and look, and they're standing there completely lost. And because they know people, my dad used to tell me, if you would shut your mouth a little bit, you'll learn a whole lot more if you listen than always try. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That is a big problem.
2 ears, 1 mouth.
You guys, I'm seeing some people, sorry, but some people think Summer was found. It was not Summer. It was a different girl from Michigan, Madison. She was found. Yeah. Summer is still currently missing.
But that is still some good news.
Yes, good news for that case. Was she found okay? I know you read that.
Yeah, she was okay, and last we heard, she was eating cookies with the rescue officers.
Okay, so that story, good, happy ending. Summer still missing. So, different case, folks. Sorry. I know some of you are getting confused in there.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of shows, guys, and this isn't to play on anybody that misinterpreted that piece of news, but moreover, what you can really take a look at now in real time is that 84 percentile of Americans or just humans that have a difficult time distinguishing between fact and opinion. So we have different things that show up on the web, and if they elude or portray themselves in we'll say an unethical light, then it is very understandable why people come around and they have an unfair shake at it. You know.
We lost a huge following tonight, did we?
Following?
I don't know. There's been Up to, it was over 1,000 people in here.
Not really. I actually gained some.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think we lost one. And we're fine with that. Bye.
Yeah. I don't know.
Bye-bye.
With me and Allison put some questions.
This is a whole problem, is this whole just being rude and mean
But
to
no,
people.
what's funny is I turned this on. You had to be subscribed to me to even talk your shit. So thank you.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
You waited 20 minutes and subscribed to me to talk shit.
Yeah.
So you watched me for at least like 20 minutes. Thanks for the view. Thanks for the comment.
And
Thanks
that's
for the
pretty.
subscribe.
What do you do with somebody like that will put themselves through something that they don't want in order to prove something to you?
That's a major problem. Like
It is.
behaviorally,
Funny.
people are so used to negativity and being mean and rude that they don't even see it as a bad thing anymore. Like I bet you that person goes to bed thinking about nasty stuff they're going to say.
Absolutely.
And wakes up thinking about nasty stuff they're going to say. You're not supposed to live like that.
No, the only way that hate can live in your heart is if Jesus is not present. That's the only way, because if Jesus is in your heart, he kicks
That's exactly right.
He kicks the hate out immediately.
There you go. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there who need Jesus, all right.
That's it.
Well, even they also, and I don't want to preach, but it says at the end of time that people will be lovers of self and lovers of money, and that's what's happening. And they have no regard for anybody else. Just want to throw that in with that.
No, you didn't upset me. I
sorry.
got your email. I'm sorry if I didn't reply, you guys. I've never in my life gotten so many emails and messages. I do reply. It's a lot.
Look at there, hope for peace. She said, my ex-husband is loaded. I am not. My kids always prefer being here with her, doing simple things.
There
right?
you go.
It isn't about the money.
Nope, I did not.
Defamation defined as a false statement someone makes about you, they publish as a statement of fact, harms personal or professional reputation, including financial loss and emotional distress. Yep.
Where'd she go? She subbed for 20 minutes just to specifically ask me this. So I want to make sure I answer her. No. Are you happy? No, I did not.
When we get a second, can I run something past y'all? I put a couple of questions together. I want to see if maybe you could answer some of. Me and Allison did this, and there's a big one. I didn't know if Don had said anything about this. Back on 6/16 on that TBI presser they did. It said that I put the TBI made a statement that Summer was last seen outside her home. Have you heard anything on that? Because from what I gathered, she was seen by the boys going down to the basement.
Actually, Chasing Truth did a video yesterday or the day before, and it was called Discrepancies, and she covered a lot of those. And it was the misinterpretations or the incorrect statements that TBI and law enforcement officials made in regards to statements.
She did a video answering those. I didn't know I didn't see that. So
yeah, she did.
I just know that they made that statement, and I didn't know if they. Okay, well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And no, that wasn't about you, Cam.
Oh, okay.
What Tammy said, no. That was not a dumb question.
To answer you guys asking about Summer and her speaking, she was quieter. She did speak, and she was mighty when she did, but she didn't speak like a lot.
Well, yeah, and we don't know. Like we don't see
no,
a whole lot of.
Yeah, and even Robin has answered that. Yes, she could talk. She could talk fine. She just didn't talk much. I don't talk much when I'm not on YouTube, do I? We're quiet. Like even in the truck when we're driving somewhere, I'm quiet. Well, I guess I talk a lot. Like when we're on this case, I do talk a lot.
Well, you
about
talk
that,
more
but-
than me. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
No, she didn't talk much. Yes, please send love and support Tiffany's family. They are all going through it right now. Is it her husband? I believe that's in the hospital. Is it her husband or her son?
Her husband.
Her husband. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not good, guys. So instead of hate, just send some positivity and prayers.
We're praying for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd like to comment that Nicole LTL said. She said she lived in a house with 3 brothers and probably couldn't get a word in edgewise. I agree. I have 3, or actually I have 4 brothers, and growing up in our house, man, it was, a lot of us were quiet at different times through life.
Well, your
Yeah.
siblings will speak for you.
That's it.
And I'll elaborate why I asked that question. Do you remember back at the beginning of all this when they said they found the small bear footprints in a neighbor's yard? That's why I asked that. And because I'm going to pull that public record back up for people to be able to see that. But that's why that just stuck out to me. I remembered that, and I didn't know if you'd heard anything from him on that.
Do you guys got grizzly bears in Tennessee, in Virginia area, or
No.
just the black bear?
Black bear.
Black bear.
We have
So
black-
for anyone that doesn't know, that's a good thing in terms of the type of predators that would be out there, because the black bear typically doesn't get much bigger than the size of a man, whereas a grizzly bear will get 8-9 feet tall and weigh close to 700 or 800 pounds. So they're not nearly the vicious predator. Bears sometimes, a lot of times they're scavengers. They don't actually, they don't hunt in packs or anything like that. So they kind of come across things. So you don't really just see a little girl as being on the menu for a black bear.
Black bears don't attack unless they are provoked or cornered.
Or you get between the babies, right?
There's his
Yeah.
neighbor. He sent me the screenshot. That was his neighbor, and this was maybe a week ago.
That's a big bear.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that's a brown bear though, isn't it?
That's a black.
That's a black bear.
That's a black bear. Okay.
Yep.
My screen is a little bit.
So that
pixelated.
was right by their house, maybe a week ago.
That's a big bear. Yeah.
They do get big. I wouldn't see a black bear being able to pick up a 5-year-old child and carry them off to where
Right.
they found.
Yeah, I mean, a big black bear is, imagine trying to carry a 50-pound child in your mouth and you weigh a couple 100 pounds. Just the physics in that, they don't work good to pick it up and move it, right? So, yeah, it's kind of an on-the-spot deal,
Yeah, bears generally won't drag off.
What
the
our
dog or whatever.
predator wildlife around here is, we have bobcats, black bears. That predator wise, I mean, there's not mountain lions, there's not cougars here. Well, there's a big myth that all the old folks around here talk about seeing black panthers and stuff like that, but that's not proven. I saw where some people were talking in a discussion about wild hogs. They are not, as far as what I know. They were eradicated. They were in some parts of Tennessee, but they had open. Just you could open kill them. They wanted to take care of that problem.
Yeah, varmint problem.
Yeah, but I mean, it's trying to think. Nate.
All right, I want to ask you guys a question. Start with you, Cam. What is the first, how did you learn about summer wells, and what was your first thoughts on the situation?
Okay, so the local news here, because our local news, it broadcasts to Southwest Virginia, East Tennessee. There's 2 of them. It's WCYB and WJHL. So I heard about that. And my first, mine and my wife's, was an abduction, because I'll tell you why I thought that too. Because from
from what it sounded like, the way Don put his point across, and I could see the hurt in his face. I'm not going to sit here and say that through some of the things that he said and stuff, I was like, oh, well, why did he say this and why did he say that? I'm not going to say that because I was like everybody else at the beginning. I'm looking for anything and everything. I'm trying to listen to every word, the context of how he says it, the context of how Candace says it, and but mostly I could see the hurt of a father in his face. And you could tell the man was crying. He had his son there with him. It was totally different than the other missing child that happened 2 years ago, the Evelyn Boswell case. Yeah, totally different. And that's why I got so upset when people were saying, oh, the TBI are sitting back and letting him dig a hole. When Megan Boswell was lying, the TBI gave that a total of about 3 days, and they came and arrested her just on lies. That case was totally different. They ended up finding that baby in a shed on a father's property. How long was it, Allison, after? What?
Was she recovered alive?
No. Okay. No, she was found dead, and her body had been moved multiple times. It was found somewhere that had already been searched. That and there was a lot of now that case had a lot of shadiness to it, but she pretty much told on herself, and that's why I'm saying the TBI is not going to sit back and let you lie, especially about stuff that with the polygraphs and stuff, they're going to call you out on it.
Right. Oh, remind me. I didn't show you that one. So I like to, I put on, I'll put on other cases of like missing kids, missing people or whatever. And I'll ask him cause I'll know what the outcome is, but he doesn't know. And we'll watch it. It's new for him. And I'll be like, what do you think? And he's usually right.
Yeah.
That's good.
I got a good, I guess I got a good eye for
you got a
perception.
good detector.
Yeah, what was that? Sam Owens one? He thought the dad was being sincere, but the girlfriend was not. And I kind of thought dad was being insincere, but oh.
And also a thing that really, really solidified me not thinking that the parents did anything is that, and a lot of people talked about it. It's that behavior panel that was on.
Yeah.
Those guys were, the agencies, the credentials they have are, top notch, not retired. And they all came to the same conclusion. It wasn't 50-50.
It wasn't made up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see in the chat someone asked about substances in the
JG
in the
I'm
UAs.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Hey, JG, they aren't. Okay, so shut the fuck up.
And it's been 60 days. Are they supposed to not sleep for 60 days?
For real. In fact, he called
yesterday. They wouldn't
yesterday.
Survive.
He called yesterday and he goes, oh my God, I'm sorry. I forgot to call you back. I actually fell asleep. It was maybe an hour. And I was like, no, I'm glad you finally slept. And this man is going to work all day. They aren't sleeping. Like, how dare you?
Yeah.
Sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
No. That's okay.
I don't know. How long can a human being survive without sleep? I don't think it's much longer than a week.
Thank you. I love that.
Oh, how can people
JG is sleeping for 300 seconds.
How can people make those claims about they did not sleep? Did you have camera footage that we didn't have following them 24/7?
That's it. Somebody in the chat had said something about there being substances in the urine analysis, and that is incorrect. Only Candace had low levels of marijuana.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is not even.
It's recreational there.
Well, in Tennessee too, that with social services, they if you fell for marijuana, they really don't make it a big stink. It's not a big. It just got legalized in Virginia. You can have 4 plants at your house. You can have up to an ounce in your house for recreational use.
That's it.
Hey, you two, check our private chat. There's something that I know that Dawn told me.
In the private chat?
Yeah, I'm not saying it out loud. But yes, it was low levels of marijuana, but I
Correct.
believe it was the Delta 8.
Yes, ma'am. That's the private chat. That's exactly what I heard too.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
Allison, did you have anything else that you want to weigh in on this? Well, I mean, any questions that we had?
Oh, your wife's there. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Allie.
Hi. Sorry, I had to get the kids in the bed and everything. And
Life goes on.
That's it.
I know you guys tried to clarify. Allison, you want to ask that about the day?
okay, there was a lot as far as when Chris did his interview. You know, they have gotten everybody so confused about the day that Summer was dancing in the rain, and they took that TikTok, and that yellow, what was it, Xterra?
Sonic's there.
Was back there, and he has tried to make it out like that was the day that Summer went missing. And I think that it just needs to be clarified that he was not talking about the day that she went missing, that he was talking about a different day that they had carpooled together.
Mm-hmm.
And said that he had to go. And, you know, Chris had went in and put words in his mouth and said, so you went back to the job site that day, so you were home? You slipped up and said you were home? No, he twisted him around. Like he had 3 different days trying to talk to him at one time about.
Yeah. And
And
Don, he kind of gets if you ask him a question and you have like 3 questions in there, he'll pick one.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Like he's not well, he's had a rough past, done a lot of drugs, and that's definitely affected his mental capacity, no doubt.
I'm super proud. He just texted me. He finally changed his phone number because of all of the harassment. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, congratulations to all you idiots who think it's a good idea to call him and harass him.
For real. But
what are you doing? What
hopefully
the hell?
that's a little less now, because as of just 10 seconds ago, he just sent me his new number. I know he's at the phone store for a while.
The day is going to come when
horrible.
all this harassment and stuff lands you in jail.
Mm.
Yep.
It's not a law yet, but it will happen. Because this whole, beta mail, safe space, all that stuff, eventually that's going to come online. And anytime you say anything negative about anybody, boom, you're going to be in a world of shit. So all you trolls and people who just you spend your whole freaking life in front of the computer being nasty to people you don't even know, you're going to end up catching a lot of hell.
The goons. That's what me and Benny start calling them.
The goons.
The goons. Tell Don to look into getting a VPN too.
VPN?
Yeah.
Mm.
And he was going to try and hop on here. I don't know how far you are, but I don't know if the weather's still good. He was going to try and hop on here for a little bit. If not tonight, a different night, though.
Is it still raining? Is it?
Yeah, he said earlier that it was.
Yeah, it's still raining here. And like I said, I'm right not even 30, 40 minutes from there.
Why is this not about Summer Moon Utah Wells?
Oh my gosh.
It's all about Summer Wells. I'm not sure what you're getting at. It's all about Summer Wells.
Oh, I guess all we can do is just say Summer Wells,
Summer Wells,
Summer Wells, Summer Wells, Summer Wells.
Summer Wells. She was 5.
They just come over to ask you stupid questions like this. If it was all about Summer, then I guess why are you here? If it's not about her, why are you here?
We're sitting here clarifying things that were talked about.
Yeah, we've been asking questions and stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to see something that is 100% all Summer Wells, watch videos. Don't watch live streams.
Yeah, and don't go to Chris's channel because it's not about Summer Wells either.
Yeah, it's just all about Dawn.
It's about incriminating Dawn. So
This will clear up stuff for some people. Allison, tell them about what you said about the internet and the Wi-Fi, or the phone service and the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so there's a lot of places around here that do not have cell phone service. Still to this day, my mom lives in an area where there is not a single bit of cell phone service. And people were confused why she had called, or how she had called Dawn, and how she was able to use her mom's phone to be able to call the police. And Wi-Fi is totally different than cell phone service. That's
Well,
a
I can tell
totally
you why
different
she used her
thing.
mom's phone. You guys probably know Cam and Allie
AT&T.
and Ben. AT&T recently, I guess back, Dawn told me in March or May, AT&T put a tower up down right where, like somewhere close to them.
Yeah.
And Candace Senior had an AT&T phone, and so that's why she used it. It worked better, and that's why Candace went after Summer went missing, and she upgraded to AT&T so her phone worked better, because she's had to video chat Dawn quite a bit now, because he's always at work and she's at home, and she said people try to sneak up on her yard and scared and all that. So yeah, that's the whole
Well,
phone
what Allison
situation.
what Allison is saying is people were saying, well, how was she calling Dawn? Not when she wasn't on the AT&T phone. She was on Messenger. That's Wi-Fi.
Yep.
If they have a Wi-Fi
Messenger.
connection at their house, you can call.
People were asking how the boys were playing Minecraft, and yes, you can play it offline, but also if they were playing it online, they were
Wi-Fi.
using Wi-Fi. They were not using actual cell phone service for that.
Or hotspots. You could
Right,
have
or hotspot.
Just some little things that I felt like needed to be addressed, both of us.
And Candace had made a post butts and butts back, I think like February or March,
That's not actually
saying that
true.
they had just had Wi-Fi installed at their house.
Yep.
That's not actually true.
What's not true?
911 works on phones even with no service.
Yes, it's true.
No, it's not. I've had a lot of people tell me that they tried calling 911 and couldn't get through because they had no cell service.
That's weird, because they made in the States, that's a law. You can take a phone with no cell service and call 911.
You can take a phone with no SIM card, no activation with any company, and use whatever tower is available to call 911. Yes, but if there is no actual service in that area, how would it work?
It's
If a
it's
tower
a
can't
law.
pick up the phone,
I'm just telling you, it's
You're not
definitely a law
understanding
in
me.
the States.
Yeah, what you're
You're
saying,
talk-
Mr. Sheriff, is
signal.
if there's no cell phone service in the area,
If there-
911
yeah.
wouldn't be able to connect through anyway.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and they said that, though. Do people forget that, too? Like, we heard law enforcement say in the 911, they had trouble when they were doing the searches, the radios, right? Weren't
Yeah.
they?
Correct.
Oh, yeah, so...
AT&T
Yeah.
and Verizon brought
you don't
booster
like your phone
towers
doesn't
out.
have to be activated. You could buy a burner phone without any activation and call 911. Yes, as long as there is, should say cell server, should say cell signal.
The phone company around here that a lot of people use without getting the big company plans is Straight Talk, which goes off of Verizon towers.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, all wireless phones, even those that are not subscribed to or supported by a specific carrier, can call 911. If disconnected, the 911 center has no way to call back the caller. These uninitialized phones are often used to place malicious or fake calls to 911.
Yeah. It's saying if they're out of minutes and they're not on plan that you could pick up any phone and hit 911 and it would go through.
I just wanted to read that before they come for
Yeah, that's
anyone
good.
tomorrow.
Yeah, they did. They brought the cell boosters out there.
Yeah, the cell boost. They had they even brought a FLIR camera on a tower that sat out there, and there was a AT&T booster tower and a Verizon booster tower that was gave to the police to come out there and so they could have connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did. She had people trying to like scare her, and They've had like their woods down where that dog trail is. It's been teepeed and it's yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen Facebook comments, the kind of threats that they're getting is unbelievable. And I had to tell Don I like had to screen record and show him how to report these people, because there's actually comments like, well, we know he's a felon and he can't have guns, so we can storm the land, like, and search, and he can't stop us.
If Candace is not a felon, she can have a gun under lock and key as long as Dawn doesn't have access to that key for her house.
And I believe in Tennessee, as it is in some states, as a felon, you can still possess a black powder gun, which is what he had. He wasn't in violation for possessing the gun, rather the manner in which he was holding the gun in the glove box. That's the violation. He can't have the firearm in the car, only in the house.
Well, they tried to say he was putting real bullets in it too.
Yeah,
that's another thing that I don't get. What is this real bullets thing?
Yeah, it's black powder. Just shoots a lead shot. You know? Yeah.
It shoots a slug.
Exactly.
So what's the difference between the slug and a real bullet? Like the material it's made of? I don't see.
You load the black powder and it's a ball. It's a lead ball that slides down.
Completely different science. Yeah. You have to have a firing cap and all that stuff. It is not the same science as a semi-automatic. You cannot put real bullets in it, period. They don't even, it's not like that.
It won't work.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I think,
and if people want to fact check us, there's 1,000 videos on YouTube about felons being able to own
black powder guns.
And there's also other firearms that have been created for felons and people.
Absolutely.
Home protection.
Yeah.
You guys, mods, will you please keep the chat, make sure it's respectful. We have Don Wells here joining us live. So, hey, buddy.
Sorry. Hey, how y'all doing? Can't figure out my phone. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. Doing good.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Hanging in there.
So we cleared up. I showed the picture of the of Summer's puppy there.
Yeah.
People are just jumping at all kinds of conclusions with everything.
There was a question here I wanted to ask you for somebody.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, they said, do you call like every day to check with law enforcement any news or updates?
Well, as often, but nothing's changed whatsoever. There's just absolutely nothing. They don't have nothing at all, as far as I can tell. It's just at a standstill. As far as I can tell, it's just not going anywhere. That's why we're trying to find other resources and maybe even, just trying to go out on our own a little bit and doing what we can, because we just ain't got a clue. And I don't think they do either.
Can I ask you something, Don? Was the Jackie Dobbs guy, was he cleared?
Was who cleared?
Speak with Jackie Dobbs. If you can speak on that, I don't want you to speak if you can't.
Well, he is being cooperative, and with some of the people that we know, and he wants to clear himself up. So he's answering our questions. He's trying to work with us to clear his name, and he's willing to do whatever that takes to do that.
Okay, that's good to know.
Of course, yeah.
I don't think you can see the chat, but there's lots of people sending you and Candace prayers and love and support, just so you know, in the chat. Lots of people.
Yeah, Mr. Wells, if I could just say
We really appreciate that. Yeah.
I'm Benny. Nice to finally meet you, sir. We were curious if we could get
Yeah, you
Candace.
too. Good to meet you.
Yes, sir. We were curious if we could get Candace's ring size and then all of the boys' Summers in your birthstones so we could have them made into a ring for her.
Okay.
And
Sure
you can just give
will.
that. You can
Sure
give that
will.
information to share, Don.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, just text us later with
Okay,
that.
I appreciate
I
that.
texted Candace before, but
Yeah, I really appreciate y'all's help, and your interest in Summer. I would do anything in this world, if we could find her. And I don't know who to reach out. I've reached out to mostly all the wrong people, as you can tell. And I wish there's something we could do. There's so many kids missing too. I guess they don't know where they're going or what's going on. Don't know who to reach out to. I mean, I wish I could send out the military to do something. I don't know. But
I remember when you were talking
Okay.
about that, and
Sorry.
I was right there with you when I first heard you say that. Bring the military in and start going door to door and find these kids. I thought that was a great idea.
Me too. Me too.
Don,
I wouldn't.
Firefly was wondering what is Summer's favorite meal?
Well, of course, anytime you go by, Burger King or anything like that, she's always wanting French fries. So they're number one things, French fries and, soft drink or whatever. But then candy was a must for her. She loved her candy. But, every time I just left Walmart's today, and every time I go to Walmart's, I get real sad because we'd always spend a lot of time in the toy section, and she always wanted, the dolls and everything. And it was always, it took an hour to get her out of there, and we'd always have to compromise on something, of course. She'd want that expensive things, and I've bought them for her a few times. I still have some of her toys in my truck, and they're staying there. Can't remember what they're called. The princess, and I don't know. One's got the deer, that or the elk, or whatever it is. I can't remember what toys those are now, but I bought a few of those for her. Couldn't turn her down, So,
oh wow.
Man, it breaks my heart. I'll be honest with you. I have a daughter that's 5 years old too, and
Really sorry, Don. This is terrible, man.
I'm not worried about me. I'm just worried about her. I don't care about me. No kid deserves to be treated in such a way. I guess the most we could hope for is some rich lady that just has to have a kid or something. That'd be the best hope. But I just got a feeling that somebody's seen her on Facebook or TikTok and seen her, and there's just so many kids. I don't know. It's just so odd. The whole thing is so odd. Everybody says that too, and it is. It's odd. But she is gone. And
Really
nobody
quick.
has a clue.
Sorry, to the person that just came backstage, I didn't mean to be rude when I booted you, but we're gonna keep it a closed panel when Donald's up here. I'm sorry, but I'll open up panel again after, but closed panel while he's up here, just to make sure we can control the situation.
Yeah, it's probably for the
Yeah.
best.
Don, I have a question. We were talking about it earlier,
Yeah.
and I hear a lot from you what you have to say. 'Cause you told me you do still have hope that Summer is alive somewhere. I'm just curious if he was to be watching, or she to be watching this YouTube channel right now tonight. what would you say to that person right now?
I'll just say, please, of course, please find a way to let her come home. Because everybody here, we love her with all our hearts, and we've never mistreated our kids or anything. We don't have the best of everything, but we do have a lot of love. We've never mistreated our kids or anything. We've always been happy. And, just please let her come home somehow. And I don't know. I don't know. For one, I don't know who's got her. I don't know exactly who who I would be talking to. But if Summer hears this, I want you to know, Summer, I love you with all my heart. I miss you with everything I got.
Oh.
And a lot of people will love you. And, just hope and pray to God, or the living God, that you can come home someday soon. And hope that you're okay. We all pray for you. There's many people praying that you're okay and you're in good health. And we just pray for all children in this circumstance, in this situation. We all love you with all our hearts, miss you, everything we got. Can't wait to be with you again someday, hopefully soon. Just please let her come home.
Don, the Lord has a hedge
And
of
if you
protection
do
around her and your
do
family.
that, we'll help. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
There's a couple people that are wondering. We know she loved to take your arm, and especially after coming home from a long day of work and just want to be twirled around like a princess. But they're wondering, do you have any other stories that you could share? Any other good memories that?
Yeah, we used to sit. Yeah, we always sit here and watch YouTube music, and we had a lot of favorite songs, and she always liked the Godzilla song. I think Deep Purple. She loved that song for some reason, and I can't remember Maddie B, the little boy that plays on her. She liked Maddie B, but she just loved to listen to music where she could dance to, and you can see in some of her videos she wanted to dance, and she didn't know how, but she tried the best she could, and she wanted to see herself as a princess, and we'd tell her, man, you do such a good job dancing, Summer. You're awesome. And boy, she'd just keep on going, But it was amazing to me the way that she could run. She would chase the lawnmower. Well, the boys would get on their little dirt bikes, we bought them, and she would run behind them all day and not tire out. And she was really strong and just really healthy. She loved to run and play, and I just hate the thought that she's someplace where she can't be out. She loved the outdoors, and I'd hate to think that she couldn't be outside or enjoy life, or locked up somehow, or being abused. Them thoughts just tear me up. But I've talked to a lot of people, mostly women, that come to me, and some good women that help me understand that this is a very evil world, and they're right. And we're going to go through hell before we get to heaven. There's going to be a lot of bad stuff coming up in the future. So all this here is just hitting home to how evil this world is. We all have a lot of work to do to make it, and to keep those commandments. All evil will be destroyed in the end. Right. Absolutely.
Yes,
sir. It's getting bad. The mark of the beast is almost here. It's right at our doorstep right now. It sure is. Yeah, me and Sherry was talking about that earlier.
Yes, we were.
Yeah, she's doing a little better. we're gonna, we're working things out, working on the house and some other things, but I'm able to work a little bit better at the job site,
I texted
trying
you.
to.
You said you were at work today, and I said, okay, I'll let you work today. And I didn't bother you all day, and you actually said, is everything okay?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just letting you
Yeah, I
work,
haven't heard
man.
much. My phone's starting to die down a little bit, finally, a little bit, but that just
Don,
brings a lot more loneliness and thoughts of summer. Yes, sir.
I just want to tell you, I'm a local man. I live right over the state line on Virginia side, and if you need any help moving metal off with trucks and stuff, I'll come help you. Feel free to ask.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've worked a lot up there in Virginia. It's a beautiful country up that way.
Yes, it is.
It is.
About 45 minutes away
Thank
from
you.
Penny, we aren't
Yeah.
opening panel. Sorry, not right now. Closed panel. Tammy's up here because she's a part of the platform.
I just wanted to tell Don that I'm praying for him and keeping you in my thoughts, you and Candace. And I'm a mama and a grandma, so I know what the love is for babies. So just keep the faith, and we'll keep praying for you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I never expected what I got when we got Summer. I didn't expect her to just, when she was born and everything, she just wanted me. She didn't want her mother, and that hurt her mother pretty deeply, but it surprised me. I didn't expect that, and I loved every bit of it. She just wanted me only for, but Mom got to spend quality time with her when I was at work, and so she'd go out and take her. All them pictures show all the places she got to go, and I'm glad she got to spend all that quality time. But this evil and cruel world, though, as evil as it is, one day we all strive, to keep them commandments. We'll all be together, one day, and it will all be worth it. And we'll see Summer again if worse comes to worse. I'll see it. I'll be with her again someday, sooner or later.
From God.
We all will.
So that's my. Yeah. So since this has happened, and that's my number one priority now, is to keep those commandments for sure, and try to help others all I can.
Nita said, and I was going to weigh in on this. Was it so hard? Everybody knows that you got daddy's girls and mommy's boys. That's how it is with my kids.
Yeah.
And, I'm sorry that you had to go through all that with them saying the things they said about you with your children, trying to say the the dirty things about, even when your children, all of us, your kids sleep with you when they get scared or when they don't want to sleep in their room. That's nothing new. I mean, if you're not doing that for your child, something's wrong there. If you're not giving comfort to your child when they're scared, because they look to you as their protector. So shame on people for that.
Yeah, my kids all love to snuggle me. My 19-year-old daughter will still snuggle up with me and fall asleep next to me. So I don't know.
Yeah.
My daughters are 28 and 32, and they'll still snuggle with me when they come visit.
Mm-hmm. I think that's just shows a very strong bond.
Yeah.
And both my girls are daddy girls. So.
Yep.
I want to just take a moment to tell Don that I am, as a man and a father, I'm extremely impressed with your restraint, sir.
Yes, sir.
With everything that everyone is firing at you, from your child to your job and everything in between. The restraint you're showing is it's from God alone. That's it.
Oh yeah, there's been quite a few days though that I've just been completely so down in the dumps and just think that there's hardly anywhere to turn to, and then I might see one of y'all's videos or something, and some support somewhere. Somebody will step up and help me or text me a positive message and just out, and so all that to all saying thank you so much, because that every bit of that helps. Even the smallest thing, it just makes it. Somewhere in the Bible it says how beautiful. Let's see, how beautiful are the feet of those who publish peace, and it's so true. It is so true. So thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And
yes, sir.
But, yeah, love is the answer for sure.
Right.
Can you tell us again? Summer did not like arguing and fighting, right?
Yeah.
She was a peacekeeper.
Right. Yeah, she was. Because me and her grandmother, we've never got along, and there's a few times I wanted to just tell her to take her stuff and go to another state or something. And Summer would talk to me and says, "But I love my grandma," and I'd say, "Okay, Summer, fine," and or if me and Candace was arguing or something, she'd say, "Stop right now," and she'd point a little finger and she would make us get along. I mean, it's really interesting that she was beyond her years, I think, in wisdom and love. And I don't know. We sure miss her. That's for sure.
Yeah, we can't imagine how much you must miss her. We know how much we miss her, and most of us never seen her before.
That's right.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's awesome.
What was her favorite?
Hopefully, we can all.
Don, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just going to ask what her favorite animals were. Animal?
I think all animals.
Critter? Does she like all kinds of animals?
Yeah, I think all animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them, I think. Yeah, for sure. I'm glad Candace got to spend so much quality time, with her. I think I worked for 13 years straight until this happened, and I think I haven't been able to work for like 5 or 6 weeks. I've been trying, but it just don't work.
I know,
Well, I do have faith. I have faith that one day that God's going to make it all right. He's going to make everything right again, and it's hard to see and it's hard to imagine. But like that dream I had of her, I can't describe hardly the dream, because the day was a beautiful sunshiny day. And it's beyond explanation how beautiful and perfect that day was, because I've never seen a sunshiny, more beautiful, perfect day like that in my life. And the building I was working on was beyond, it was just an awesome building. The steel studs were massive, just huge. And it was just me and Summer there on that job site alone. And she was dressed in a beautiful dress sitting on the floor. And I asked her, I said, "Summer, where you been?" And she says, "Oh, down the road." That's all I can remember of the dream, except for that funny word. But yeah, the day and everything was almost indescribable. Like I've never seen anything like that before. So I think that could have been sent, from God or an angel or something to give me hope or something like that. Hope for the future. in a future day. So I think we're all called to help each other and do God's work, and that's definitely what I want to do, like, in any way I can, because we all have a lot to strive for. We all have so much to live for, and we got a war to fight, against the evil one, because he's going to try to kill every one of us and destroy your relationships, your families, your marriages, and everything that he can. He's going to want to destroy.
I had a verse I wanted to tell you, man. It says,
So we all have.
a righteous man will fall 7 times. And, so just think about the men who aren't righteous, how many times they fall. And your restraint that Benny said that you have showed. I mean, that just gives understanding that what the verse of, that's when God says he'll never put more on you than you can stand. And I mean, you understand that, because I wouldn't handle it as well as you have, man. I'd be flipping out on everybody. I wouldn't know. I don't even know how I would react. So I mean, I give you credit, and we're praying for you. I know if it wasn't for God, my life wouldn't be right here, right now, how it is. So, I agree with a lot that you say, Don. Just keep up that mindset, buddy.
I appreciate that, but sir, to be honest with you, I am human, and
Yeah.
I have flipped out a few times, and I have done the wrong things, and I can't keep it together all the time. And like I say, a lot of times you guys say some and shares, and her husband, and all y'all said something like that, because in times like that, Satan wants to stomp us all down.
Mm-hmm.
So what y'all have done has really helped me tremendously, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because it means so much. But yeah, I've lost it a few times. I've done wrong. I mean, I'm not, I'm human, just like y'all. So
Yeah, that call that you had with Chris, that's what I tell people. You're human. Like, you were upset, and I think that's okay. You felt like he didn't fulfill what you thought he was there to do, and I think that's okay. You were angry, and trust me, I feel like you have every right to be. I sure would be if I was in your position. So yeah.
I would have said much worse, so
I feel like every time. I guess the best thing to do is just stay clean away from him. I feel sorry for him. A lady told me today, about him, that people like him have no true friends. And all the money he's making or whatever, I need to pray for him and feel sorry for him, because he really doesn't have no true friends, probably. I mean, that's what, and I agree with her. I guess a good example, is Jesus and the life that he had. He never had anything. He didn't want money. With those high priests in the temple, man, they had all that money, and they had all that fine clothing and everything. And then they persecuted Jesus, put him down, and everything else. He's a good example of how he's our best example, isn't he? Yeah.
It says even Jesus got angry. He flipped the whole temple upside down.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Well, Dawn, thank you. I'll let you get back to your wife now. Thank you so much for answering some questions from people that wanted to know, and for joining us tonight to chit chat. And thank you for taking more time out of your schedule for that.
Okay. Thank you all very much, and love and prayers out to everybody. Thank you, and God bless. Appreciate you.
Yep. I'll bother you
We'll
tomorrow.
see y'all
Thank you,
later.
Don. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All righty. See you. All right.
Bye, Don.
Bye.
Okay, y'all. Thank you for being respectful.
Yeah,
chat.
almost all of you.
Almost all of you. You know, I mean, can't win them all, but thank you.
Well,
thank
there's
you,
always
Mom.
some.
Yeah, I know a bunch of people are wanting questions answered, but
that's not what
some of them will get answered when I do my thing with Dawn. It's going to be all about summer.
We don't want to drill them with questions all
Yeah.
the time, you know.
And asking about Candace, well, you'd have to ask Candace because he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And yes, also other children, the only child we speak about is Summer, so that should tell you that the other questions weren't being answered or asked for a reason.
Oh, and Cam, you said you live fairly close to Dawn, is that correct? I'm gonna PayPal you. Can you please go to Walmart and get him a set of earbuds that has the microphone on it? So he can plug that in his phone. Because I know y'all were pissed with the feedback, and I have to try and mute him whenever someone else is talking. But I click it, and it takes like 5 seconds to mute, and then 5 seconds to unmute. I just gave up. It's a lot easier when we're doing our one-on-one recording. I can do it, but when it's live like this, there's too much delay.
Makes you a sound designer.
I'll get him a pair of earbuds or whatever you want me to get him, and you want to tell him Friday, we can meet him in Kingsport, and I'll hand them to him.
Perfect.
You are awesome.
Yeah, that'll help so much.
Thanks, Cam.
Yeah, man.
Anything else? Oh, hold on, y'all. It's in the description, but I'm going to find the link really quick for you. Cam and his wife started their channel. They had their first upload this morning, I believe. So I want everyone to please subscribe. Let's see how quick we can get this channel to 1,000.
Thank you, guys.
I'm going
let's
to
do it.
Find back on and tell everybody.
What in the world?
Thank you, everybody, for subscribing and having a reaction like you did. Thank you for caring what we have to say, like I said. And I'll be working. I'll have another video out tonight for you guys, and just stay tuned. I'm going to go down to Rogersville, Kingsport, Churchill, all that on Friday. So have some stuff I'm going to go look into.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, any way we can get a visual of what's going on there that really helps people kind of put things together in their mind.
Yes, sir.
Okay, pinned comment is Cam and Allie's new channel. Please go check it out and subscribe because they're close. And like he said, he's going to be doing some boots on the ground. And we've kind of gotten this little team together. So, and also in the description, you've got Benny, Cam, me, Mr. Cher, Mama Kim. Tammy doesn't have a channel as of yet. And to our sister that's missing because she isn't feeling well, Nellie, we love you. To all the members, thank you. And to all of the mods, seriously, thank you for, defending this war zone here.
Yeah.
It was mostly good. Where you going, baby? Siggy? Well, we're ending it. Come say goodbye first.
Good night, Tammy. I didn't say hi.
Hi, Benny. How are you?
Good, madam. I hope you're well.
Hello, Tammy.
Good, good.
Come on.
Hello. She's like, come on.
But I don't even know what the problem is. Jesus.
What the problem
Take all
is?
the wheels. He's
the
like,
problem
for a cigarette.
Take
Thanks,
all
AK.
the wheels. Jesus, take them all.
Thanks,
All
Gonzo.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do need to stop with the negativity.
Not some. All.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sophie.
Oh. Yep. Shout out to AK and Gonzo. Yeah. Oh, I gotta get their channels because I'll add them too.
Hey,
Yeah.
Patty.
I forget. Emma, I haven't seen you in a little while. Okay, let's see how many subs Cam has right now.
Let's check it out.
Let's
All
check it
right.
out.
Allison, what is it?
300.
Oh wow, we're at 300 already.
301. 301.
Hey, you might be
As
up there by
soon
this
as I
week.
get off here,
Okay.
I'll go sub too.
I'm gonna keep this going until 9 o'clock, which is what, like 7 more minutes. How many subs can we get him in the next 7 minutes?
Y'all are gonna hold me to a higher standard than I am.
The highest.
We're at 304. 304, 304.
Oh my
You were
God.
number 300? Awesome.
Stephanie.
309.
Thank you, Gio.
309.
This
Subbed
is
to Benny a
awesome.
while ago. Oh, hubby's 309.
317.
Oh, 318.
What's the channel
Come on,
name?
guys, 6 more minutes. It's
Cracking
pinned in the
case.
comments. I'll send it to you. Cracking cases.
I can't. Yeah, I can't see it. Cracking
sending it
cases.
to you.
Okay.
Yeah, we do want to thank Gray Hughes for stopping by on behalf of Mr. Mark. He's out of the frame now, but thank you to Mr. Gray for popping by. That's pretty awesome.
Thank you, Cher. Thank you, Benny. Thank y'all for letting us have a voice.
Yeah,
333. Look at that, man.
Woo!
342.
Come on, guys, 6 more minutes.
Oh my
5 more
God.
minutes. How many can we get them in 5 more minutes?
Hey, I'm gonna go subscribe from all my troll accounts.
Right. I didn't hear that. What?
I got like
No,
11.
you're not a troll, are you, Ben?
I'm not a troll, no.
Never. You wouldn't be a troll.
Heck no.
354.
Come on, guys. We can hit
Come on, y'all.
400.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
We can hit 400.
We gotta hit.
Y'all be
we
nice
can-
to me. You saw what's happened right here. Y'all take it easy on me. And Allison. Whew. Boy, we gonna have to. We gotta get on.
Pin comment. Everyone, go subscribe. And y'all take your troll accounts also, like Benny just did, and subscribe. I know some of y'all got some.
All your troll accounts. It's easy
All
to
the
do.
troll accounts. 363. You guys, we can get to 400 before the stream ends
Yeah.
in less than 5 minutes.
Holy.
Guarantee.
And don't forget, guys, to I'll put a link up to the petition.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, we are amending the framework. We'll do that tomorrow. And
373, y'all.
the amended framework is actually how it is going to work in regards to the laws that are already present. So we're not actually trying to write any new laws or anything like that. We're trying to get police to enforce what we currently already have on the books in regards to victims' rights. And, thank you, Trinity.
Oh shit, it's so blurry. Sorry.
Logan, I saw you. That was my little brother at Sacred Element Beats that came up there. He said, I sub, bro. Thank you, man.
Okay, we got 4 minutes and we're at 380. Come on, y'all. Whoa, 385. Woo!
Yeah, buddy.
Let's get to 400.
I listen to Mark.
I love it. Come on.
Bring those
395.
Yeah.
392. Oh,
Crack the
395.
bottle.
Yeah.
That has to be the fastest 100 I've ever seen somebody
Right?
get. Like, that was 100 and like that. I mean, that's amazing. That's
It
the
was in
power.
7 minutes, yo. 7 minutes.
7
Guys, we had
minutes.
78 before we put a
Come on, let's
video
go,
out.
let's go.
God.
400.
400.
All
There
right,
it is.
we still got 3 minutes. Can we get to 420? Hey, do it.
God is
for-
good, guys, all the time.
Yes,
Yes,
Remember,
he
God
is
is
all
good.
the time.
Yep. God is infinity and He's never lost a fight.
Yep.
15 more to go to 420 and I can end this shit. Let's go. 420 and I end this shit.
Let's end this shit.
408.
408. Let's go.
Mr. Mark, thank
Oh,
you for
yeah.
having me again, sir.
410.
Oh yeah, anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Thank y'all so much.
We
for
the whole
Thank you
team,
so
yo.
413.
Come on, y'all. We can get to 420. I know it.
Just somebody bring out 7 of your troll accounts. Come on.
Well, there's
Even if you don't like it,
878 of you.
subscribe and unsubscribe.
There you go.
418, yo.
419.
We're there. We're there.
421. Got
We
it.
made it.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome, guys. That's
I have to
awesome,
go to the ER, have a heart attack.
man.
422. My mission is complete.
You are a badass, Mark. You're a badass too, Sheriff.
Thank y'all, man.
All
That
right.
was awesome.
Cam, Benny, I love you two brothers. Thank you.
Love
We
you
love
guys.
y'all, man.
Any last words, hubby?
Pray for summer.
Pray
That's
for something.
right.
And Seeking Truth's husband, Tiffany, her husband, Scott. Yeah.
Let's
And
end
chasing
this on a
truth.
prayer.
Chasing
for summary.
truth.
Want
Chasing
to?
truth.
I'll lead it.
Yes. Go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dear Heavenly Father, we ask you right now that you, wherever Summer may be, that you put your hand on her. We know you've already done that. We know that you've protected her. Lord, we ask that you bring her home. We ask that you bring peace to the family's hearts right now. Lord, we ask that those little boys have peace in their heart. Lord, we just ask that Summer can be reunited with her family, Lord. And we just ask in your mighty name that you just keep the hate out. I know this world's evil, and I know it's ran by the enemy, but Lord, you're above everything. You're omniscient, omnipotent, and Lord, you are amazing and all powerful. Lord, we just ask that you do these things in your mighty name. Amen.
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 Amen. Thank you.
Guys, we'll see you.
All right. You
See
guys
you
have a
later.
good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everyone in chat. Mods, thank you very much. Super chats, thank you. All the members, thank you.
We love you.
We love you. Ta-ta for now. And Dawn, thank you for the time you spent talking to us again tonight.
Yeah. Thanks, Don. Good night, everybody.